Ke sorkar jilla haga arpu pratrik ubnai naiwing arajar arpu kala rai ban bo ya ki border outpost habaro ki jaka bama habaro ki jaka khappud ke Assam bat Meghalaya. Yagani ka rai la shim haka jingelang jong ki san hima sima na ka all party meeting halor ka jingjia sha siat yap ki sangut hamukro kabala jia haka arpu tarik ubnai naiwing kabala khta ya ka shongsuk shongsan ka jilla baro ka wei. Yagini ka jingelang la penyai dau Chief Minister ka jilla Meghalaya Conrad sangma ha ka balai don langru ki nongelam bat ki MLA ne ki san hima ba pher. Conrad sangma ha ba kren bat ki nong thok khubor ula ong ba ka thup jong ki BOP ki ba ka sorkar kan chna an penbena hadin ke cabinet meeting ka ban long ha ka arpo khandai trik ubnai naiwing arajar arpo bat baro kini ki BOPs an thung yiki nong trei bat an penbiang yiki jingdon kam baro.
We have just concluded a meeting of all political parties and also of political leaders, including members of Legislative Assembly, especially in the border zones which are near the areas of differences. So all those MLAs from those areas were also invited to this meeting. I first of all would like to thank all the MLAs and all the party leaders who have joined us in this meeting. Number two, the agenda of the meeting was to brief all the respected party leaders and political parties and MLAs on the past week and the entire sequence of events and the different steps that have been taken by the government and what is the future course of action. So all those aspects were shared and discussed with the honorable leaders and political parties and MLAs. And second, we have also discussed about the entire border areas and areas of differences where we would want that steps be taken so that there's no tension in those areas, and for future safety of all the citizens, we could take steps to ensure that these areas some positive steps can be taken from the government side. And we sought suggestions from everyone, and we've noted on all the suggestions. Very good suggestions have come from everybody, and all of them have expressed their concern over the situation. We have unitedly condemned this entire incident. We also, as a mark of respect to departed souls, we maintained 2 minutes of silence from our side. And apart from this, the steps that are important is that tomorrow in the cabinet, we will be finalizing the lists for different areas where BOPs will be set up. And hence, we shared with the different leaders from political parties that we have decided that we will be putting up BOPs in these sensitive areas and many others, and ensuring that full manpower, full infrastructure, and full whatever is necessary should be done to ensure that these BOPs are functioning well. So we will take all steps necessary in order to ensure that safety and security of the citizens in the border area is maintained. Second, of course, we'd like to also share with you that the internet ban has been lifted, so we did not continue it. So the internet access has been opened, and also we are now allowing the movement of vehicles also with the patrolling of police taking place. And I would also like to appeal through the press and appeal through the political leaders that we should all work together to ensure that normalcy returns and there is no further violence in the state, and especially in the capital. And we also shared with everybody that in the last few days, though there was some candle vigils that were held and some peaceful demonstrations were held, but there were some incidents of violence. And I informed all the political leaders that those violent cases, and especially the ones where individuals have tried to enter civil hospital and tried to vandalize, the action will be taken against those, and those guilty will be punished as per law for doing such acts of going into hospitals. This is something that is completely unacceptable, and the police has been asked to take action against those individuals who have done those kind of acts. Immediate action should be taken against those who are involved in this, and government should arrest those people who have fired. They have also asked that BOP should be set up and safety and security should be enhanced. Some suggestions also came that that the entire the people who are injured, there should be financial assistance given to them. So we have informed them that we have already taken the decision that the entire medical expenditure of all these, all of them who have been injured will be taken by the government, taken care of by the government. Other suggestions have also come up that we should strengthen the overall border areas. More development activity should be taken up in those areas. Manpower in terms of police force should be increased. So these points also came out. Certain issues about certain incidents that were there in Mukro area in the village during that time were also raised, and concerns were raised. So we have assured the members that the entire inquiry has been set up to precisely find out about what really happened and the details about the different incidents that took place that time. And we have asked the the SIT to obviously give us reports of all of that. So there were a number of issues and many concerns about the incident itself. So those inquiries are being done. When we met the Honorable Home Minister, he used the word immediately. So therefore, it'll be coming out from the Government of India. But as I said, we were informed and we were told by the Honorable Home Minister that it will be done immediately. In fact, he had told us that he will immediately put it out in press, that they are going to constitute it. But of course, as I said, it's Government of India. But we will press on them that it should be done ASAP. So I'll be speaking to Home Secretary again today. So we already have a platoon there that is already camping in Mukro. So that will just be regularized and they will continue there. We will not be moving them out any further. The entire thought process of resolving the border issue has been because of these atrocities and because of the fact that people living in the border areas have been suffering, and a lot of atrocities have taken place. And that's the reason why we felt and we realized that the border solution is the only way to make sure that this is put at a stop once and for all. And hence, very aggressively, we started, doing this exercise and moving forward. And while we did that, the Assam government and the Meghalaya government have been closely coordinating to ensure that any kind of small tensions that come up should be resolved quickly and it should not be allowed to escalate into any level. Development works of central government agencies, be it done by whichever government, should be allowed. So therefore, this entire process was going on. And in a large number of cases, the different situations that were there, we were able to control a large number of cases and situations that arose. But yes, this unfortunate incident happened, and there have been in the past reports coming in of tension. As soon as we get the information, at my level also, I talk to my counterpart, the DCs speak to their counterparts, the chief secretaries speak to the counterparts. So this is a continuous effort that is going on. But obviously the situation that happened has now brought light to this entire thing. And it will be stressed again that that this entire tension and pressure at the border areas has to be reduced, and no police or no government or no department can act in the way that the Assam government responded, and the Assam police, responded during that time. And even the maps that we've been given, we have clearly stated, even from the 2011 reports, Mukro is very much in Meghalaya. The areas beyond that, a few meters or exact distance I would not know, but ahead of Mukro then starts the area of PCR Khanduli, which is there as an area of differences, and then from the PCR Khanduli area, that section, then starts the block 1, block 2 section out there. So therefore, Mukro itself is very much in Meghalaya. There's no question about that.
Will you stick with the...
We put up a judicial inquiry being headed by Justice Vaipai. So we have already announced, and this has been the larger overall demand that has come from everybody, that there should be a CBI inquiry by a central agency, and that's why we moved ahead with it. As I said, we have set up our own SIT, but this SIT will hand over the case to the CBI. In which one?
Nobody was arrested.
And action will be taken.
Anybody picked up?
We'll give you information. There are 2-3 things to this. In the rally that was held later on, that was given to us information, it's always mentioned it's a peaceful sit-in demonstration. It is a candle vigil, and therefore it's very peaceful in nature. If you remember, during that time when this violence broke out, even the leaders of those NGOs were shouting and telling their own people that don't do this, we're not coming here for the violence, this is not correct. But then they could not control that time. So it's something that was in a way unexpected. So when the situation is there, everybody is concerned, everybody is emotional, and therefore a bit of space was given so that they could pay respects to the thing. What happened, if you saw the next day, then other organizations wanted to find a place, they could not find a place, and they finally held their peaceful demonstration. It went off very peacefully. So it's like that. So I think the organizations at that point in time, there were some individuals and some members who reacted, but the organization itself had told us and assured us that they'll be having peaceful rally.